Okay, let's go. Good morning, everyone, and a very good day I wish to all of you. Welcome to our forum for this week about danger of not taking vaccine. As we know, pandemic COVID-19 is current big issue now, which enable you to think about the topic that we had highlight and try to solve the issue together by sharing benefit being vaccinated and the danger of not being vaccinated. Firstly, I want to tell what is vaccines. Okay, vaccine are some injection, just like a shot, liquid, pill, or nasal spray that you take to teach your body immune system to recognize and defend against harmful germs. I also want to tell what will happen if we has been vaccinated. Okay, first, there are different steps in the immune response. When the germ invade, your body sees it as a foreign. And next, your immune system help your body fight the germ. And your immune system will also remember the germ and it will attack the germ if ever invade again. This memory protect you against the disease that the germ causes. This type of protection is called immunity. Okay, I'm sure that everyone of us have our own opinion and true with this topic. Before we proceed to our forum, I would like to introduce our panelists today. Our first panelist is Muhammad Aiman. How are you, Aiman?
Yes, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, next one. Next is our specially panel two is Ahmad Haziq. How are you today, Haziq?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, I have ready some question for both of you. All right. The first question I will ask our first panelist, Aiman Hafis.
Yes,
Are you ready?
yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Who at higher risk of serious symptom if we don't take vaccine to protect our body from COVID-19?
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening to all audience. Firstly, I want to say thank you to our moderator, Tani Herm, because asked me some question. Okay, I will answer his question. His question is, who at a higher risk of serious symptom if we don't vaccinated? Okay, firstly, coronavirus or COVID-19 symptom can vary widely. Okay, some people maybe have no symptom at all, while other people become sick, so they have to stay in hospital. Okay, and then while each of these factor can increase the risk of severe COVID-19, people who have a severe list of health problem at the even higher risk. That means if you have the health problem, the risk to get COVID-19 is very high. Okay, for the first one, people who have older age. Okay, people of any age, even children, can catch COVID-19, but it most commonly affect middle age and older adult. The risk of developing dangerous symptom increase with age. That means if you older age, that means the risk to get COVID-19 is very higher. Okay, for example, nursing home resident. Okay, nursing home residents are at a high risk because they live in close to each other. Okay, um, to get a COVID-19 is very easily. And then people who have a lung problem, including asthma. Okay, for your information, COVID-19 target the lungs, so you are more likely to develop several symptoms if you already have a lung problem. Okay, I can give you some example who have a lung problem like lung cancer and pulmonary fibrosis. Okay, and then people who have a heart disease. Okay, many type heart disease can make you more likely to develop severe COVID-19 symptom. This include pulmonary hypertension. Okay, for example, Okay, and then if you have a high blood pressure, okay, your risk may be higher if you don't control your blood pressure. Okay, the risk to get COVID-19 is very higher. That's why I say vaccination is very important to us. And then people who have a weak immune system, that means a healthy immune system to fight the germ because the disease is low. That means that's why I say vaccination is very important to raise up our immune system. Okay, and then people who have a chronic kidney or liver disease. Okay, chronic kidney can weak our immune system, which may increase the risk of being seriously ill with COVID-19. Okay, that's why I say vaccination is very important now, especially people who have a heart problem. Vaccination can raise our immune system, and we are not easily to get COVID-19. Okay, that's all only. I pass back to our moderator.
Wow, what a great explanation from you, Aiman Hafis. Thank you for your explanation. Okay, COVID-19 is virus surely very dangerous. Okay, let's move to panel 2. Aiman Haziq. What are the benefit by taking vaccine?
Thank you, moderator, for the question. Before I talk about benefit of vaccine, let me introduce three type of vaccine that used in Malaysia. First of all Pfizer is a vaccine Pfizer. Second is a Sinovac, and the third one is AstraZeneca. First of all, I would like to talk about the vaccine Pfizer. Based on evidence from the clinical trials in people 16 years and older, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was 95% effective at preventing the virus that caused COVID-19 in people who received 2 doses and had no evidence of being previously infected. In a clinical trial, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was highly effective at preventing COVID-19 infection in 12 to 15 years old. And the immune response in people 12 to 15 years old was at least as strong as the immune response in people 16 to 25 years old. The vaccine was also highly effective in a clinical trial at preventing COVID-19 among people of diverse age, sex, race, and among people with underlying medical condition. Next, I would like to talk about Sinovac vaccine. Sinovac vaccine is an inactivated vaccine. It uses a dead version of COVID-19 virus so that it cannot replicate, but it keeps the surface spike protein intact to trigger the body's immune system to create the antibodies for protection against the live virus. This two-dose vaccine is recommended for individual aged 18 years and above. It has an efficacy rate of 50.4% for preventing symptomatic infection, according to the data from the Bayesian trial, and an effectiveness of 67%, according to the real-world study in Chile. Last but not least, I would like to talk about AstraZeneca. There are a lot of issues about this vaccine because some countries in the European Union have temporarily suspended use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine as a precautionary measure based on reports of rare blood coagulation disorder in persons who had received this vaccine. Other countries having considered the same information but have decided to continue using the vaccine in their immunization programs. In Malaysia, there are no cases reported of rare blood coagulation disorder in persons who received the vaccine, so the vaccine is secure and safe. The effectiveness of AstraZeneca vaccine was 69% effective against the high viral load 14 days after the second dose and falling to 61% by 90 days. In conclusion, let us adhere the call by the government for all of us to be vaccinated regardless of the branding. Therefore, our body's immune system can be improved. That's all from me. I pass back to the moderator.
I totally agree with you about having a lot of benefit by taking vaccination. Next, I want to ask our first panelist back, is there any danger if not taking the vaccine?
Okay, I will answer your question. There
Thank
are
you.
danger if not taking the vaccine. Okay, for me, yes, I agree. It will be more danger if we don't take vaccine because our immune system is low. So we must to get we will get COVID-19 easily. Okay. For the firstly, vaccine made will kill version of pathogen or with only part of the pathogen. Okay, are not able to cause illness. So that is not danger to us if we want to take the vaccine because uh, they are not able to cause illness. When a person receive this vaccine, it is impossible for him or her to get ill with the disease. And then it is important to note the H1N1 vaccine can cause serious problem from individual with weak, weakened immune system, such as cancer patients. This individual may receive a kill form of the vaccine if one is available. If not, the doctor may recommend again the vaccination. In such cases, individual rely on her immunity for protection. Okay. What I can say is, if we a normal person, we have to get a vaccination because they are not dangerous for us. If you have a doctor may recommend you again the vaccination, okay, you can because maybe vaccine are not good to his body. Okay, so if we a normal person, we have to get a vaccination because they are not dangerous because are not able to cause illness. Okay. As to why some vaccine contain a live pathogen and other contain a kill pathogen. Okay. The reason vary by illness. Okay. However, genetic speaking, live H1 vaccine generate long-lasting immune that kill vaccine. That means you have a long-lasting immunity to fight the COVID-19. Okay. Thus, kill vaccine are more likely to require booster to maintain immunity. That means after you have vaccine, you will get a good immunity to fight the COVID-19. That's why I say vaccination is very, very important to us to fight the COVID-19. Okay, I pass back to our moderator. Thank you.
Okay, what a great answer from you, Aiman Hafis. Okay, next, I want to ask our second panel. What should we do before and after during the vaccination?
Thank you, moderator, for the question. Um, One of the first thing you need to do before receiving the COVID-19 vaccine injection is to update your information in MySejahtera application or on the MOH COVID-19 vaccination portal. Make sure you have answered all the evaluation questions in the MySejahtera application. You also need to read and understand the COVID-19 vaccine uh, acceptance consent form on the application. Before receiving the injection, a health worker will explain to you about the vaccine and the vaccination process. After that, you will need to sign the COVID-19 vaccine acceptance consent form in the presence of a health worker. You will also be identified whether you are eligible or to receive the vaccine or not. People who are undergoing cancer treatment such as chemotherapy and radiotherapy, patient with HIV and mother who is pregnant are not suggested to get vaccine. However, it depends on the risk and benefits. Some conditions like pregnant mothers who are frontline might need to take the vaccine. Therefore, please consult your doctor if you are not sure. When receiving the COVID-19 vaccine, make sure you follow the vaccination appointment as scheduled. Tell the officer on duty if you are unwell on the day of receiving the vaccine. If necessary, your vaccination appointment may be delayed until you recover. To facilitate the COVID-19 injection process, you are advised to wear appropriate clothing such as short sleeve shirt or long sleeve shirt that are loose and can be folded until your shoulder. This COVID-19 vaccine injection will be given on the patient's shoulder. The injection site will be wiped with an alcohol swab to prevent microorganisms from infecting the patient during the injection. The health worker will inject the syringe into the shoulder and plaster on the injection site when done. The patient will be staying in the observation room for 15 to 30 minutes after receiving the injection. After receiving the COVID-19 vaccine, you will be in the observation room for at least 15 minutes to observe your status in case you experience any side effect post-injection such as breathing difficulties, fast heartbeat, and dizziness. If you experience the symptom after receiving the vaccine, you should inform a health worker immediately to seek treatment. If you're okay after taking vaccine, you can leave the vaccination center and go home. What I can conclude is the process of taking vaccine in Malaysia are very easy and you should go to take the vaccine. So I pass back to the moderator.
Thank you for the answer, Aiman. Haziq. Next question for first panel. What are the side effects taking vaccine?
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening. Today I will talk about what a side effect by taking vaccine. Okay. Most side effects are mild and should be not last longer than a week. Okay, such as feeling tired, headaches, feeling or being sick. Okay, you may also get a higher temperature or feel hot or shiver for 1 or 2 days after you get a vaccination. Okay, you can take the painkiller such as paracetamol if you need to. Okay, if you have a high temperature that lasts longer than 2 days, a news continue cause or a loss or change to your sense, smell or taste, you need to stay at home and get rest. Maybe you have a COVID-19 and you also must test COVID-19. Okay, what I can conclude today is, for me, these side effects are not dangerous in comparison with COVID-19. Okay, that's all only. I pass back to our moderator.
Thank you for your answer, Aiman, Hafiz. Next, I want to ask our second panel. Do we enough safety taking vaccine?
Thank you, moderator, for the question. Do we enough safety to take the vaccine? Yes. Because why? Because the vaccine have steps before they produce the vaccine. First steps is laboratory and animal studies. These these steps have two stages, which is exploratory stage and preclinical stage. In exploratory stage, this involve basic laboratory research and often federally funded academic and governmental scientists identify natural or synthetic antigens that might help prevent or treat a disease. These antigens could include virus like particle, weakness virus or bacteria, weakness bacterial toxin, or other substance derived from pathogens. In clinical stage, The clinical studies use tissue culture or cell culture system and animal testing to assess the safety of the candidate vaccine or ability to provoke an immune response. A animal subject may include mice, monkeys. These studies give researchers an idea of cellular response that might expect in human. They may also suggest a safe starting dose for next phase of research as well as safe method of administering the vaccine. The next step is clinical studies with human subject. In these steps, there has four phases. For the first phase is the first attempt is to assess the candidate vaccine in human involve a small group of adults, usually between 20 to 80 subjects. If the vaccine is intended for children, researchers will first test adult, then gradually step down to age of test subject until they reach their target. Phase 1 trial may be not blinded, also known as open label in the researchers and perhaps subject know whether a vaccine or placebo is used. The goal of phase 1 testing are assess to safety of candidate vaccine and to determine the type and extent of immune response that the vaccine provokes. Next is a phase 2. In the phase 2, a larger group of several hundred individuals participate in the phase 2 testing. Some of the individuals may belong to the group at risk of acquiring the disease. These trials are randomized and well controlled and including a placebo group. Next is a phase 3. Next is a phase 3. Um, Successful phase 2 candidate vaccine move on to the larger trial, which is a phase 3, involving tens of involving thousand of people. These phase 3 tests are randomized and double blind and involve the experimental vaccine being tested against the placebo. One phase 3 goal is to assess vaccine safety in a large group of people. Certain side effect might not surface in a smaller group of subject tested in earlier phase. Last but not least is the phase 4 trials. Phase 4 trials are optional studies that drug companies may conduct after a vaccine is released. The manufacturer may continue to test the vaccine for safety, efficacy, and other potential use. So the vaccine is good and already have been tested. So I pass back to the moderator.
Okay, we have done 6 questions and we got a nice answer and great answer from our both panel. So I can conclude that vaccines are important because they protect you against the many diseases. This disease can be very serious, and so getting immunity from a vaccine is safer than getting immunity by being sick with the disease. And a few vaccine getting vaccinated can actually give you a better immune response than getting the disease would. So I want to say that vaccine don't just protect you, but they also protect the people around you through the community immunity. Okay, we have done all the for now. Thank you.